routine, walk you through kind of when I wake up to when I go to bed, some of the things that I do to stay healthy, stay productive, and work towards the goals that I've set for myself. So pretty much every day I'll wake up at 6 or sometimes around 6. I think I eventually want to get to like 5 a.m. and I tried that for a while, but then I kind of got sidetracked and went back to 6. But I eventually want to get back to 5 a.m., especially now that it gets lighter sooner, and just makes it a bit easier. So usually from 6:15 till about 9, I will be having some type of herbal elixir, some type of drink with cordyceps or reishi or chaga or whatever of my herbs and products that I have there. And then I'll have some kind of like gynostemma tea base, and then some protein powder, some fat, herbs, straightforward. I don't add any sweetener or anything like that because honestly those combinations already taste really good to me as it is, so I don't need any sweetener. Pretty much having that elixir, catching up on emails, doing work, managing operations, managing inventory, doing things that I need to do for my businesses, or I will film a video, maybe at that point. And that usually is 6:15 to 9. And then usually about by 9:30, I'll be eating breakfast because, it takes a little time to cook. For breakfast, I will have, honestly, really simple stuff. Like this morning, I had watermelon radish, an orange carrot, and some bok choy. I chopped the radish and the carrot, I did a blanch, and then I sauteed the bok choy in coconut oil and some cumin and sea salt. Put that all together, that was the vegetables. And then I had some grass-fed beef meatballs in the freezer, heated those up, put that together, and that was my breakfast. And I think I had a raw coconut water as well. And that was pretty much it. But one thing I did leave out is the first thing I do after I wake up, or I should say after all my bathroom stuff, after I wake up, is drink like a quart or a jar of water. So maybe 16 to 30 something ounces of water, depending on how I'm feeling. And lately I've been putting my Vitality Zeolite drops, which you can get at HyperionHerbs.com. Also all the mushrooms and stuff that I mentioned earlier, HyperionHerbs.com. Put the zeolites in my water, and that's what I'm drinking. And my water is a local spring water that I have delivered to my house. So water is really important, and waking up first thing in the morning and drinking water is one of the most important things that I think everyone needs to be doing. So then breakfast, that's what I usually eat. And then usually after breakfast, I will maybe go for a walk or do more work, meaning if I need to ship something out or deal with something more tangibly later at my house, or sometimes I'll do cleaning, just do kind of like random tasks. Because basically I'm just trying to give my food time to digest and settle a little bit, because then I'm basically trying to start training as soon as I can, ultimately. Like once I feel comfortable after I've eaten, then I'm into some training. And then that usually goes from 10:30 to about 12:30 or 1, depending on what I'm doing for that day and if it really wipes me out or if I just get lost in it and go for a long time. But usually after 2.5, 3 hours, I'm starting to get wiped out, or not wiped out, but I'm just kind of like reaching a point of diminishing returns for that time frame. And then I'm starting to get a little hungry, a little bit thirsty, so I'll stop, take a break, have tea for like an hour or so. And lately I've been drinking all of my aged pu'ers that I'll have available on Hyperion Herbs or Inner Door Herbs, or one of those. So they'll have tea, and that brings me up to like maybe 2 p.m., 1:30 or 2 p.m. Then I'll have lunch. Lunch I'll usually go out for, unless I have something here. Lately I've been eating a lot more soups, so things like pho, chicken pho, or coconut rice noodle soup. Those have been, or Taiwanese beef noodle soup. I've been liking those a lot more lately, just to change it up. Mostly for food, I stick to Asian or Mexican. That's kind of my favorite foods. So then usually after lunch, it kind of just repeats, where I'm just doing random tasks, or I might run errands or go for another walk if the weather's good. and then I'm just kind of killing time for my food to digest so I can get back and do some more training. And then from there, I'll usually train for 1 to 2 hours, depending on what I'm working on for that day, or if I get lost in it. If I'm doing Tai Chi or something, it's usually about 90 minutes. I just kind of listen to my body, because for it's easy for me to overdo it, and I have to really pay attention and listen to where what I'm doing is productive and useful. And then once I get to the point of like, actually I'm tapping myself and, like going to be a little bit depleted. It's not as much of an issue in recent times because I'm healthier and stronger and able to cue these things in more, but definitely in the earlier days, it was easy for me to just kind of tap myself out. A lot of that was honestly just my own mental stress and tension that was binding up my training. So then usually after I train, maybe it'll be another round of tea, or maybe just some water, or maybe just, again, catching up on work, emails, checking up on social media. And then from there, it's straight to dinner. And again, dinner is usually something Asian or something Mexican. That's pretty much what I've been on lately. A lot of Asian soups. It's kind of my favorite. I really just honestly like pretty simple food. Protein, vegetable, maybe some broth, and I'm good to go. It's not really anything too fancy, or I just like simple, basic, not too expensive, but high quality, and then in an environment that's actually nice. Like, it gets really annoying when you go out to eat and the environment's all loud and just the music sucks, or the music's like heavy metal music or something just stupid that doesn't really match the vibe. It's like I'm eating a freaking fried chicken rice bowl, but Metallica and Slayer is playing. It's like, doesn't really make sense. I'm like, is this junior high again or something? So then that's usually dinner. And then after dinner, maybe I will go on another walk, or I will do more emails, or I will maybe watch something, depending on if there's any shows that I like that are going, which at this point there's like one show that I really even pay attention to. So maybe I'll catch up on that, but honestly that's only like one night a week. So sometimes I'll also just catch up on documentaries or other learning materials, or just take a shower and chill and like lay around or something basic. And then usually bed is 9 or 10 p.m. I mean, there was a while where I go to bed at like 8:30. There'd be some days that I'd be so tired from training and working and stuff that towards the end of the night, I just did not feel like doing anything else. Had no interest in being stimulated or having my mind to be moved by anything. So I was just like, I'm just gonna go to bed. So I went to bed at like 8:30 or 9 and got up at like 6. And that was pretty much it. So in general, that is my daily regular routine, or it has been for 6 to 12 months-ish. And there will be variety. I do allow for variety. Like today, for example, I did most of this, but instead of training, I just went to the gym and did the elliptical for like half an hour, and then came home and caught up on emails, and now I'm filming some videos. So I kind of had to take a break and change things up, but I probably will have some tea after this. And then after lunch, I'll do some other training, probably some Tai Chi or some more internal type work. But it's just honestly, sometimes I have so many things that I'm trying to cram in with training and business and learning and experiencing and trying different products, plus my social life with friends or things of that nature. Then, I will also change it up. Some days I'll take a day off and just meet up with a friend early in the day, and just hang out, or sometimes I just straight up need a break. Because it's easy for me to just kind of get stuck into like being too disciplined, being too sort of focused and regimented, and it's actually counterproductive past a certain point. If your mind gets too tense, too focused, you actually get diminishing returns. So it's just something you kind of have to modulate and direct. It's just, also in many ways, my internal training has pushed out some of the other things that I was doing. Like, I also used to just spend more time, I honestly just used to waste a lot more time on the computer or on social media, which I'm glad that I don't do anymore. So it's glad that pushed it out, but I used to practice Guchen and other things more. But it just there's not a lot of time left over, a lot of days. So I need to kind of figure out my day off schedule or something to where I can start incorporating in other things. Because as much as important as it is to be focused to get things done, you also need time to step away and forget and just do something else. Because that's just a lot healthier, and you just need time to kind of rest and digest and integrate. So I definitely will allow myself to do that, depending on, or, let's say if I get, another variation would be if I have some sort of, if I get acupuncture or like get a colonic or something like that, or I have like a business meeting, I usually try to schedule all of those things like here, basically, so I can wake up, do breakfast, work, and train, and then after that, then I can do meetings, like a phone meeting or FaceTime meeting, or do some appointments if I'm gonna get acupuncture or something else. So I'm still getting a lot done for that day, but afterwards, then I'm usually gonna rest and chill. Maybe I'll do some work, email, computer stuff, or just kind of like hang out, rest, relax, maybe read a book or watch educational stuff on YouTube or things like that. So it's basically my routine and my general things that I'm doing. My internal training is the emphasis of mostly everything, as well as my work and my business. And then, the water, like I said, is important. So I'm gonna be having water here, and then definitely water here, and water like around here, and then water here, like throughout the day. It's just important to stay hydrated. And I may also take other supplements, depending on what I'm doing, but definitely in the morning I'm having an herbal elixir, and then maybe at night I'll do another round of kind of chill, relax herbs or things of that nature. It kind of just depends on what I'm trying to work on at that moment in time. So anyways, hopefully this has been helpful or entertaining. It's something that people have asked for quite a lot, and I've answered it a little bit in live streams, so wanted to do it here. So anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.